Hello, nice to see you guys this week. It's a 5-year last meeting for the month of December, I imagine, unless people want to get together next Wednesday at some point. I know it's very close to Christmas, but if you guys are up for it, I can host something. I will be up in the mountains down in Denver, so we'll see. We'll see if anyone wants to do anything next week, but no actual planned meeting, as well as the week after, right between Christmas and New Year's, obviously. So this will probably be a quick meeting today just to get some updates from where people are. From my end, I got the cross gradient and joint total variation, like I told you guys last week. I got those pulled in. I had a Representative Hoster on it at AGU. It was pretty quick, but I'm still having thoughts on ways that we could improve the whole joint inversion framework itself. What we do now, it's still like it fits, it works. It's good to come in, but I feel like it still could use some improvement on our just kind of systems and framework and make it a little bit more flexible, or a little bit more clear on the steps that you would have to do to implement your own joint inversion. It's very, yeah, right now it's like you have to use the right directives depending on which kind of thing you're using, but it's just kind of a little bit unclear, and you have to make sure you do everything still correct, and in the correct order. You have to put all of your like regularization functions in the correct order, all of your data misfits in the correct order. So hopefully something that's a little bit more flexible than that and get that implemented. But the only way we're going to do that is if people start using it and tell us where it's not working for them and where they'd see it improved as well. Because otherwise it's just me, just me looking at it and improving it, or trying to figure out what I think would work better. So basically my point is, try it out for yourself. Tell me what you get like, tell me what you don't like, please. Other than that, I was contacted by Andrei Swedinsky over the last few days, inquiring about Richard's, like the Richard simulation, and what state that it's in. Like, I know it works. When was the last time anyone has ever used it?
Probably Rowan's thesis.
Yeah, he was kind of curious about implementing like point sources for that, if anyone had that. And I'm like, well, no one is actively developing on it, but you are more than welcome to. He's like, I don't know about that. But it was also interesting because we were trying to get he was trying to get SimPEG installed on his personal laptop, and it wasn't working for some reason. And it turned out that he is on a 32-bit system. And it was just causing, like, obviously we don't distribute 32-bit binaries at all anymore. And it's kind of like we can't, Conda Forge won't distribute 32-bit binaries. Unfortunately, there's not really anything to do, but I told him, oh yeah, you can, maybe you'll be better off to either just, get a 64-bit system, like, or he is now running it on the cloud. And I think he's doing successful, at least running it on the cloud now. So, and those are updates from me. Anyone else? Go ahead, just kind of jump in. There's not too many people here this week. John, go ahead.
Yes, I'll go. Yeah, I finally finished up the cluster parallelization using our custom workers for using the implicit formation. Yeah, it works pretty good. We got like a 10 million cell model running on it right now. And all the workers have about 350 gigs on them each. And the master node, maybe like 2 gigs just to hold the stuff. So none of that big meaty stuff has to come back to master, or sorry, to the main. And yeah, it runs pretty quick too. All the volume averaging there doesn't seem to be too much to diminish in accuracy so far. So yeah, working pretty good. And now I can get back to other things SimPEG related. Yeah, I don't know, maybe that pull request for the MT, there was just that one, or the first code cov test that was just a little bit under. I don't understand what's the difference between the two code covs.
One is one is the diff coverage. So it checks how covered the lines you've added are.
Okay,
And the other one is a total package coverage.
so the whole thing. Okay, so the first one's the total package, I would assume. Yeah. Okay.
I think the first one is usually total package.
That's
But
what I assume. Yeah.
Either way,
I'll take.
diff coverage, one of them is the total package.
Okay. Well, I think it's only like a few percent under, so it shouldn't take much to finish that off. And yeah,
Yeah.
if it's not in this year, maybe the new year, hopefully we'll get it in.
I know on my branch, I have 1D simulations with boundary conditions working properly. I'm just finishing up the 2D ones, and then that should be okay.
Oh, okay. I must have misunderstood. I thought you said you did push that stuff already. Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Got sidetracked with a few other things.
Nice. That's all for me.
Mike, what have you been up to down there?
Not too much. I mean, well, just plugging away at this paper draft, and had like a little internal USGS presentation that kind of summed up the project I've been working on yesterday. So I was doing some work for that and just trying to get some odds and ends tidied up before the holidays, so we can get the draft of this paper out for a few people to look at internally before we kind of ship it off to external people. So just plugging away.
Was that MTN gravity that you were doing with that project?
Yeah, that's to come. At this point, it's just kind of some inversions of some old gravity data that we kind of compiled. And we'll kind of do another individual kind of inversion of some airborne magnetic data over the area, and then hopefully use some of TiVo's PGI inversion stuff to do a joint inversion of the gravity, the magnetics, and then this MT data set that we're currently collecting. So.
Good. And you said you've just been using PGI. So do you want maybe throw cross gradient at it or try total variation and see what happens?
Try some different things, yeah. Always a good plan.
Tivo, what have you been working on?
Trying to. Oh yeah. Yeah, I'm trying to finish up some stuff for before the holiday. One last manuscript and archiving things well. The office is clean, but not too much on the coding side. We need to check out what you did with all the parallelization, GK. That will be interesting to see.
I've signed
that. Yeah, it's good. That's it. Next chapter.
Cool. Devin, what have you been up to the past week or so?
I'm mostly just working with UTEM stuff. So some of the sponsors they have this really large loop UTEM system. I think La Montagne makes it. They're trying to, I guess, image some stuff. I guess the Raglan deposit was a place they're interested in. It's a data sort of the data that they collect and how they represent the data is a little bit new to me. So I've been doing some modeling with that and then trying to make sort of a comprehensive workflow for how you would process that and get inversion results. So playing around with that. And there's also been something on my radar about mobile MT. And some of the data, it looks like there's a transfer function between horizontal components of the electric field and the vertical component of the magnetic field. which is something a little bit new to me. I'm kind of wondering if that's something that people have thought of implementing in our MT code for SimPEG. I don't know how often that comes up, but that's something that I'll start on sometime in the near future. So I'm interested in what SimPEG could do with that.
I've got to start on how you can separate the components and all that, but our system, we use all three components. So I haven't really pursued the mobile MT style so much, but we did want to implement that in the SimPEG stuff so that we could just have something to compare against in the inversion. So yeah, if you get on that, yeah, I'd be interested to. If you need a hand or poke you at thing or point you at things. Yeah,
that'd be great. I mean, it sounds like 90% of the work is done. It's just okay. Let's add add the computation that goes from the solution of the fields to that datum, and then some derivatives. Yeah, not as many doc strings in the past couple of weeks, even though it'd be good to just keep chipping away at that. But that's about it for me.
Okay. Lindsay.
Yeah, mostly AGU stuff. So gave a poster earlier this week on the casing work. I can drop Joe, I don't know, are you able to share the poster link outside of
AGU?
yeah, like can people look at it? Okay. Mine's just a PDF, but I'll drop a link in some notes. So if you'd like to take a look, you're welcome to. And then gave a pre-recorded talk, which is part of a session that Burke Minsley's organizing. And that'll be live. I'll do a live version tomorrow. So need to condense it. I only have 10 minutes. And my first cut of it was half an hour yesterday. So that's not gonna work. But that's fine. It should be a good session. So looking forward to it.
I wonder what that would sound like on the speed up to put it down into the 10.
I don't think you'd be able to sound like a squirrel.
Doug. Anything SimPEG related?
No, mostly other things, but it was nice to get the Fast Times article done. So I think that occupied a lot of attention from a number of us. So it's nice to get that checked off.
Yeah. Okay. Any other things anyone would like to chat about quickly? If not, we're gonna have a nice short meeting today. Okay.
And I understand you can do some marking, right?
Yep. Okay. Well, anyway, happy holidays, everyone. I'll touch base, see if anyone wants to connect next week. If not, see you in the new year.
A new batch of brew in the new year, John?
It's coming, all right. 2 batches.
Oh.
So there.